This is that Flyking and T.S. Madison, baby. And we got a question. Is it on?
Hello, it's your boy back once again, the Flyking, live in my castle, sitting on my throne where I like to mind all y'all business while y'all stay out of mine. Tonight's topic, we're in Southern California, is the new show on FX called Pose. This is their first season, third episode. It's called Giving and Receiving. We start off in the hospital. We have the ball announcer and a dance teacher. They're both going there. Now, at first, when I see them in the elevator together in the hospital, I'm like, I wonder are their storylines going to intertwine, and I guess they kind of did, but I thought that, you know, they might have ended up being related or knowing each other or whatever the case was. It turns out they're both there for several reasons. They're both visiting HIV/AIDS patients that they're close to. The ball announcer is visiting a boyfriend of his, I think he was like Latino or he might have been white, and he was dying of pneumonia. Now, people who don't know, and I'm just going to say this for people who don't know, when you have AIDS or HIV, this episode touched a lot on that subject. You don't die from AIDS or you don't die from HIV. No one dies from AIDS or HIV. The AIDS and the HIV attack your immune system. So they make it so that your immune system cannot fight viruses and germs and things like that out of your body, such as pneumonia. So you end up dying of something that you wouldn't normally die of if you had a healthy, functioning immune system. So a lot of people at the time, especially in the 1980s, when there wasn't so much technology and things going on in the pharmaceutical industries that's going on now in 2018, decades and decades later. So you end up dying from a cold or pneumonia in this case. So he was in there visiting his boyfriend who was dying of pneumonia, and the dance teacher was in there visiting a student of hers, an old student of hers who was actually dancing and had to be sitting down by the nurses in the hospital because he was kind of like, you're ruining it, and he wanted to dance and he was having a moment, and you know, all that happened. So then we fast forward to the dance teacher. She's in dance class teaching the class. I don't see Damien, because they're back at the house and they're practicing for the snowball because it's Christmas time. So they're practicing for the snowball and they're getting their looks together. And at this point, Blanca, the house mother of Evangelista, has allowed Ricky, Damon's boyfriend, I guess, or I don't know, they're dating. They said they was friends. Well, they fuck, but we'll get to that later. But so I guess they're boyfriends. I would hope that's your boyfriend, girl. You fucking them. But anyway, fucking them raw, by the way, girl. Anyway, and we'll talk about that later on because something might be some tea with that. So he ends up being late, so the teacher lets him have it in front of everybody. Girl, you have no fucking reason being late because I took a fucking risk on you, so girl, you be on time. And he like, oh, well, I had to come from way over here. And he like, well, girl, she asked another of her students, well, girl, where'd you come from? And he said, girl, I came from hell and back, so how did I get here on time and you didn't? So she read the fuck out of Ricky. Not Ricky, I'm sorry, that's the boyfriend, out of Damon. So Damon ends up going back home. He doesn't tell Blanca, his house mother, that he got suspended or kicked out of the class. So Blanca ends up going to speak to the teacher and telling her, like, you know, Damon's going to do better and trying to apologize for his actions of being late. She ends up cussing out or letting Damon have it back at the house and telling him he can't walk no more balls because the teacher kind of downplayed the shit out of balls. But I kind of got what the teacher was saying. The teacher was saying, like, balls are something that you guys have to do. This is something that people want to do. Dance and ballet and be a successful dance artist. You got to start right here, not in the ballroom scene. It's not going to get you there. So you need to reprioritize what is important to your son, and that's going to be up on you. So that happened. And I guess he's going to start showing up on time to class and doing his thing. So, again, it's Christmas time. So now we fast forward. We have not Blanca, Electra, the house of abundance. She's at the hospital. And I'm like, I hope this bitch don't got AIDS too. Like, why does everybody have AIDS? Like, I mean, it got to be an outbreak. But during that time, it was an outbreak, especially for the LGBTQ, RSTUV, WX, Y, and Z. So many letters, they didn't add it now. At the community at that time, AIDS was just so, you know, unfortunate, and it was a very somber episode, but it is what it is. So Blanca was there because she was inquiring about transgender reassignment surgery, a doctor that she visited frequently that specialized in working with transgender patients. told her that she might be able to qualify. She just had to come up with the deposit. So she ends up going back to her house, and two of her children are there, Lulu, and I forgot the other one's name. And they talk about Christmas and being in the Christmas spirit, and they're like, well, that costs money. You think I have all this money because my father is rich, but I don't. So what ends up happening is they devise a plan to get some Christmas lights and Christmas trees and spread some jolly good cheer around the house of abundance. So they go out and devise a plan to steal from the Salvation Army. Now, y'all know them little red buckets and Santa Clauses dress up outside the Trader Joe's, the Home Goods, and the Whole Foods, and collecting all y'all money in the rich white folk neighborhoods. That's what they did. They distracted the Santa Claus. They cut the chain off that holds the bucket. Y'all know the chain, and they be out there with the Santa ringing the bells, and they stole the money. Instead of using the money that they found, because it was like $2,300 in there, instead of using that money, what Electra did was take the money, and she thought about it and said, oh, I can use this to get me a pussy, honey, so I could be real cunt. All right. So she ends up doing that, and then we go over to Stan and Angel storyline. Stan gets Angel her apartment. It was a beautiful, nice luxury apartment, okay? Okay, got that bitch a deluxe apartment in the sky high. They even end up fucking. Now, what ends up happening is Stan is at work, and y'all know his boss knows all his business, and he sees Stan coming out of a meeting and gets upset because he feel like Stan's trying to pull a boss move and talk to the bigwigs at his company to make some more money. Because you know he said at the first episode, I want to have your job, and I want to be on the top and have a view of the city, like how the Flyking sits in his castle. But the boss, of course, wasn't seeing it, so he ends up pulling some hating ass shit while Stan is at the mall buying gifts for his wife, and he also bought a gift for Angel, but he ended up not being able to give it to Angel because Stan's daughter ends up snitching on him and saying, oh, daddy bought 2 gifts. Little white girl, stay in your little white girl place. Why is you in grown folk business? See, that's the problem. Y'all don't whoop y'all kids, so they all in your business. But anyways, so the Stan's boss ends up going to the house while Stan and his daughter are at work, and tells the wife, oh, why is Stan never here? I don't be calling him at night. And just starting shit and dry snitching. And he messy as fuck. Like, I don't know, like, he might as well be at one of the balls, as messy as he fucking is. But anyways, he came with the tea. He ends up even kissing the wife. So the wife gets mad, and on Christmas, he tells the wife, like, you know, what's your problem? Why you walking around the house like you feel a certain type of way? And she's like, oh, I already know because your boss done told me this. So he comes up with the excuse was I have other bosses and he don't know what the fuck is going on. So she says, oh, well, my daughter told me you got 2 gifts. So he opens up the box and the 2 gifts is in the box. So she ends up paying the situation as to, oh, well, you know, I was wrong, and, you know, she went for it. She's a stupid bitch, but she went for it, because he ends up giving her the 2 gifts, even though that gift was for Angel. And at this point, he has bought, as I said, Angel a luxury apartment in the sky, and he was supposed to go see Angel on Christmas, but he didn't go see because the wife has been so upset. Now, my thing is, Angel, you can't get fucking mad because this man told you he was married, and he told you he wasn't leaving his wife. So you stupid for thinking that he was about to come see you on motherfucking Christmas Day when Jesus was born in the major, because he has a wife and children that he has to tend to, and he said he's not leaving his wife, so he had to do what he have to do to make sure that situation. So we have the first ball of the evening, and on this episode, it's walking fur. They're giving fur, chinchilla fur, honey, just animal coat, just fuck PETA, fuck the ethical treatment of animals tonight, bitch. Walk that room.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the one and only Queen Bee.
Damien's boyfriend ends up walking, and he ends up winning grand prize. Now, the next ball is actually the snowball, which is the big Christmas event. And Angel ends up walking the ball and getting first runner up. But Ricky can't go. But Damon can't go because Damon didn't show up to dance class on time. And he about to lose his opportunity with the dance instructor. And the dance instructor explained to his mother, Blanca. I'm sorry, I want to call this bitch Bianca every fucking... And y'all be telling me in the comments. Blanca, that, you know, if you want your son to go somewhere, you need to have him not be distracted with no motherfucking ball. He needs to be in tune with the balls of his feet, hitting his fucking wooden floor and doing some twirls and jumps and high kicks in first position, the second position, the third position, honey, if he wants to get somewhere in life. So then after the ball on Christmas, we have Ricky, who gave Damon a gift. I didn't get to see what he gave him, but he gave him something. So Ricky hopped on. So Damon felt like fish, and he hopped on top of Ricky like, oh, I'm ready. And I'm like, girl, like I told you before, you better join my house and get out of the house of Evangelista. Over here with Flyking, the house of Nas. NAS. Niggas ain't shit, girl. But you'll learn that lesson soon enough as the storyline go down. So they end up having Christmas dinner. Everyone's over there and they're exchanging gifts, and it's real sentimental because Blanca gives the house, the ballroom announcer a camera because he's had so many losses of boyfriends, and you know, when he was first born everything was in black and white, so now he can take pictures so he can better remember people. So that was sentimental to him. She got Angel some red pumps because when Angel was a little boy on Christmas, she stole a red pump from a store, and her parents slapped her across the face, not because that she stole, but more so because she stole a pump and they felt a certain type of way. And so Christmas always been fucked up for her. And she got Ricky a backpack because he had a backpack before. He got, she got Damon the backpack and got Ricky a watch. And the other Puerto Rican guy that's in the house, she got him a leather coat because he like a little coat. So he's talking about he's going to be fucking sickening. And it wasn't too much going on this episode. Like the other ones have. It was a good episode. It wasn't one of the best, but I feel like it was one of those episodes where it has to set the tone for the next episode, because on the next episode, they got Damon looking like he got sick as if he got HIV. Now, here's the thing. Unless like a month or two went by, it's no way that you're that young, and I'm gonna also further educate people who don't know. You're not gonna, if you have sex with somebody, it's gonna take a while for you to actually show symptoms of the virus. You're not gonna fuck somebody and the next thing you know, it's not like you got pregnant, the next thing you know you feel a certain type of way. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, it has to sit in your body. HIV can sit in your body for a while before it's even able to be detected. But also what I want to educate you on is a lot of people don't know that most younger people, if you're, you know, maybe 35 and younger, it doesn't take it's not going to take 6 months for it to show up on a test, because you have a healthy, for the most part, healthy body. Those are pretty much for older people who it might take a little longer for things to happen and develop. But a young person, you should be able to tell, especially with the Western blot test, which is the blood test for HIV that takes 2 weeks to get results of, which is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is the most accurate way to test for HIV. So this was a very good HIV AIDS awareness type of episode. So I hope everybody is encouraged to be tested, to protect themselves, to look at options of condoms and PrEP and the new pharmaceutical drugs that are available to us in 2018 that were not available to people in general, let alone people of the LGBTQ, RSTUV, WXYZ community. So I hope that people do get tested. Now, on the next episode, we see Blanca dealing with some white guy that she deals with that has money, and he's feeling a certain type of way because she talking about she getting a sex change because he said he likes a woman with a little something special, okay, a little something special. So, and Angel even asked Stan, like, oh, would you be mad if I got a sex change? So I'm like, oh, it's about to get messy. And then they got Damon. They're alluding to the fact that he might have HIV, so it's just starting to get crazy. I can't wait for next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I liked it. It just wasn't as exciting as the last one. It didn't even give me no music. Like, I like to dance to the music. Y'all know, y'all see my reviews. But it wasn't giving me nothing this episode. So here's to next week. I like this episode. It was a little somber. I almost wanted to cry. It was just so sad. But I guess it is what it is. But anyway, it's the Fly King reporting live from the castle on my throne. And I'll see you guys next time. Toodaloo.